Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
The recording is on. Thanks, Shivam. Yeah. So, like I was mentioning, this is Form A. This is the first form which you have to fill, and I think if you have gone through it, it is relatively quite a basic form wherein they'll ask for your basic details, and most importantly, they'll ask for what specialization you are interested in SPGen. Why is that? And then subsequently, based on what you choose and what your profile looks like, there are two things which can happen. One, you can get a profile based call. So that profile based call is independent of your CAT or GMAT score. There is a minimum cutoff which you have to clear. Otherwise, the profile based call is agnostic of how well you do in your CAT and GMAT. And there's one more call which is called the score based call, which depends on your CAT and your GMAT score, which comes later. So these are two types of, these are the two methods through which SPGen calls candidates for the GDPI process. And and all of this will of course happen once you are done with your CAT exams. So I will pause for a minute. If you have any questions here, please let me know, or else I think we can dive into the form and then discuss the queries if any you have.
Hello, Karan sir. Navin this side.
Yes, Navin.
Can you please tell us the GMAT cutoff? We actually don't know about that.
So
Last
again,
year, one of my friend got 720. Still, he didn't get call from SPGen.
see, so that doesn't mean that the cutoff is more than 720. So even in the score-based call, they do look at your profile, and apart from that, of course, how your score or credentials have been, in your boards, in your college, what type of work experience you have. So the minimum cutoff, like in CAT, it is around 85 percentile for all your three sections for profile based call. Similarly, I believe it was 650 last year for GMAT, but that doesn't mean that if you score more than 650, you are assured a call. It might so happen that you have a 99.5, but you'll not get both profile and a score-based call, while somebody who has 92 might get even profile or a score-based call. So the minimum cutoff is just the benchmark. Doesn't mean that everybody who's above it will get the call for the GDPI process. Clear, Naveen?
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions at the moment?
Hi, sir. Ankita this side.
Hi, Ankita.
Actually, I wanted to know about like, what exactly do they look after during the profile-based calls?
Okay. Ankita, we'll just park your question for the minute. I think once we discuss the form, or once we are into the form, this is, I think, something which will come up a lot. So probably, we can take it up there.
Sure.
Any other questions, guys? Okay. So, let us quickly run through the form. Like I said, there are two forms. This is Form A, and there is another form, which is Form B, which the ones who get the calls, be it profile or score-based call, have to fill. That form, as expected, is more detailed, has a lot of, meaningful questions which become quite important for the interview. This, if all of you have gone through it, is relatively quite a basic form. Certain sections are of course important, which we'll discuss. So I'm sharing my screen. What I've done is we have Mridul here, who was kind enough to share the images of the form with me. So I've posted it on a slide deck, and I'll just present and we'll run through it and discuss the questions which I feel are relatively important. And of course, at those junctures, you are always free to weigh in and throw in your questions, whatever you have. So let me know, guys, when you can see my screen. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us go step by step. So initial few questions are of course very basics. I don't think you would need any help here. This is one of them. Subsequently, of course, they'll ask for your basic details, contact details, address for correspondence, etc. Here, here the first question is relatively straightforward, wherein you put in your details, your marks and everything, conversion factor as it is provided by your college. The second question, if you see here, it asks, do you have an academic break or any other special conditions? So last year, also I received a lot of queries wherein people who had an academic break, be it, after class 12th or, post after graduation when they were probably out of job for some time. So they were skeptical, on whether they should show it or not, or if it will have, impact on their candidature. So again, this is purely for record keeping purpose, and I would, urge all of you to not be dishonest or lie. If you have an academic break, please do mention it, because it can get very revealed. It can get very easily revealed through your certificates or through the dates which are visible on your certificate. So do not try to not show if unfortunately there has been an academic break. It is okay. It is very very acceptable. They are just asking because they want a complete profile of yourself. So if there is, be honest and put it. It will not have any as such ramifications in your profile. Just if you have and if you are putting it, you might probably be asked the reason, and if it is good enough, there should not be an issue. Okay, moving
Sir,
ahead.
I think they are not asking after graduation break.
Okay, so before graduation also, if there is any break on account of
Okay.
unfortunate circumstance, please do mention it. It is completely okay. And like I said, it would not have any ramifications on your candidature. It is just, probably there might be a question in the interview, but it should not, have a bearing impact. And therefore, do not try to hide or, if there is. Okay. Then again, this is, also a very straightforward question. So this is, one question which in the entire form is the most important question, wherein you have to put in your specialization, and they ask you for two options. This is important because your call would solely, depend on what you have put here. If somebody, if you put that you want your specialization as finance, so irrespective of your CAT score, it is your profile, which they will see in this context to see that whether, the kind of student which they want there in their 60-65 students of finance batch, does it fit or not? So here you have to give two options. Of course, the second one is if till last year it was not mandatory, but I would urge all of you to put in two options, put specialization 1, specialization 2. And if you see the options here, the options here options here are in the order to how it is important for the college. So what SPGN likes to see is that there's a straight line or there's a connect, like what you have been doing, what you would do, and subsequently what are your plans post MBA. It should fit, and therefore if that happens, the chances of getting a good getting a profile based score or a score based score increases quite a lot. So for example, some of you here might be BCom or to say from non-engineering background, therefore then, or probably freshers. So if you're from a non-engineering background, then I would recommend you not to fill in your specialization as operations or information management, because in operations or in information management, the nature of the course and subsequently the jobs offered is such that an engineering degree or a degree in mathematics, science, or STEM as we call it, becomes quite relevant. Similarly, for those who are freshers, who are still in college or have not worked post their graduation, again shouldn't fill specialization like operations or information management, because these are two profiles wherein rarely SPJAN has taken fresher. In my batch, there was just one fresher in operations, none in information management. Most of the freshers, they get into finance and marketing. So if you're a fresher, you do not have a work experience, finance and marketing is your go-to specialization. If you're an engineer and if you're say a civil or a mechanical engineer, core as we call it, and subsequently you have worked in companies such as steel, iron, etc. Operations management, operation and supply chain management is the field which you should fill in as your first specialization. Second, of course, you can fill any of the three, given you have a reason to justify it. So say in your specialization 1, if you fill finance, and for somebody who has done a BCom or a BMS or is a CA or a course in finance, that is the specialization he has to fill in. All he has to do is take 1 and 2. But say somebody is an engineer, but he definitely has interest in finance, and a lot of engineers do make it into the finance domain of SPGen. Then third and the fourth option is where which you have to take. Third, if you know, if you have done any course in your engineering, or post that, if you took any course from your NISM or NCFM, there are, you know, various modules. Or if you have special interest in sense, you invest very actively in the stock market, or, you know, you've done some research, or you've done some work in crypto or anything, you know, in your, probably you're in an engineering company, but the side you see is the financial side, then that is the option which you have to take. Similarly, say if you fill your specialization as marketing, then you know, a lot of courses in graduation offer marketing as specialization in their final year. So that is one of the first option which, you know, you can fill. Or post your graduation, of course, there are a lot of profiles which offer sales or marketing type of work experience. If you have done that, that is the field to fill. And otherwise, like I mentioned, special course and special interest in that area, there is no connect, but you have either done some course, or, you know, there is some interest. And this interest should not be just an interest, there should be a backing, in the sense you have taken up some work, you know. Even if an engineer, probably you've been associated with some NGO or some body wherein you look after their social media connect, or their digital marketing connect, then that is the option you go to. Third, if we speak about operations and supply chain management, uh, if you're an engineer, and especially if you're an engineer from a core branch, I think there is an operations subject which all of you do 2-3 papers. So that is, you know, one tick which you put. And subsequently, a lot of core engineering jobs are such that, you know, it relates a lot to operation and supply chain management. So of course, you know, you can fill in the second option. Similarly, if you're an engineer and you're planning to fill information management, if you have done your engineering in, say, computer science, IT, then it's a no-brainer. A lot of engineers, even after doing core engineering, get into the IT side, or, you know, the fintech side while they're working. Then again, it is a no-brainer. You take the second option. And of course, if you have done, you know, any specialized course in terms you have learned programming, or you have learned any statistical tool like R, Python, then of course you can take the third option. And fourth, of course, if there is interest and you have something to back it up with, then you can take up the fourth. You can fill up the fourth option. But your strongest wherein your profile aligns the most should always be a specialization one. It is specialization one which, you know, they look most into, and most of you who would get a call would get their call in specialization one only. Very rarely, although it so happens that, you know, they might think that you're not fit for specialization one, but what you're fit for specialization two is something, you know, which they like their profile for. So you might get a call for a specialization two preference, but that is not very that does not happen quite often, as you know, it happens for your call based on it, what you have filled as specialization one. The last question here asks, if you're shortlisted based on your profile, are you willing to appear for an early interview? Everybody, all of you put in yes. It is just a question for formality. Once you get the call, you can give your interview, even with the people who get score-based call and are interviewed in a later date in March or April. So if you get an interview call for profile-based call, they will ask you to come to Bombay. If you want to go good enough, say you want some time, or you're not, you know, given the times, you are not quite comfortable traveling to Mumbai, then you can always give your interview at a later date uh, in a city which is, you know, nearest to you, when the people who get score-based call can give their interviews. Okay, so this is from me here. I will, you know, again take a pause. I think there will be quite a lot of questions, so please go ahead and ask them.
If someone is from BBA graduation and he's interested, matlab, he do trading every day. So what should be his specialization? Finance or marketing?
What did you specialize in BBA?
It was general.
Third year mein
I mean,
special?
both. It was not a specialized course. I mean, both finance and marketing was there.
I think, so then I think it depends on where your interest lies. You say you have to.
And he is a keen trader. I mean, he do trading every day. So what
I
should?
think you should fill finance as your first specialization, and second as your marketing. Of course, BBA में तुमने marketing के papers किए ही होंगे, so you have a
हाँ.
valid reason to do that also. But also keep in
So
mind where your interest lies in. If you're not somebody, you know, who wants to get into the field of finance, so बस call के लिए मत डालना, because once you get a call, तो फिर मतलब उसी में MBA करना पड़ेगा, and then subsequently उसी field में most likely you will have to work. So also ensure that, you know, interest aligns with what you're putting there.
okay. Thank you.
Hi sir, Nandini this side.
Hi, Nandini.
Sir, actually, I had a doubt regarding this these tick marks. Like, I think I'm not sure. Like, if we choose for special interest or special courses, we are supposed to fill in
Yes.
the details or something. Some summary we are supposed to write.
Yes.
I guess.
Here you have to put, wherein if you put the fourth option, then you have to give a reason on why. And therefore, while I was talking, I said, it is not only the interest, but you also have to back it up. Back it up in the sense of not only that you like, but say if you're an engineer, but you are keen in finance, then you would have to back it up by either, if you say you invest in stock market, or you do trading, then probably that is how you can use. Or probably in your work experience, there is, it so happens that a financial analysis gets used a lot, then that is how you give, because you just have to give a brief in 50 words. So essentially 2-3 very strong points on why, despite your profile is not very strongly aligned to that specialization, why you should be considered.
So, sir, that summary should be in bullets, or like, what would you suggest? Like,
I would say, do not put it in bullets, but when you put it in paragraph, 2 या 3 बहुत strong points आने चाहिए while you put it in paragraph. So
okay, like I'm from operations, like I was working in manufacturing sector. So Lean Six Sigma and all other courses will suffice, right? Like,
yes.
backing up. Okay, thank you.
Karan, maybe we can give some examples and instances ki, how do we write and quote strong points,
Okay.
so that they at least get some idea on how do we quantify points.
Say somebody is an engineer, who has done mechanical engineering, but is now, interested in information management. So if you see the first 3 options, aren't really applicable to him or her. So of course he or she, will take the 4th option. And then the way you justify that why you are, despite being from a mechanical background, you want to get into information management is you would say that, you have taken up, you had post MBA, you on your own learned certain programming languages, or you took up certain, certain special courses in that in those fields. And wherein you can always talk about, say, if you're taking Python, then you can always talk about the profile you have in that sense, and in the sense that what type of data you worked upon, or what type of analysis, or what type of improvement you were able to bring basis your special interest in that field. Subsequently, say somebody, an engineer who now works in a company where he looks after the finance side of the thing, he or she can always put that based because it was not related to his or her graduation, based on his or her interest. This is how he or she tackled the problem. Subsequently, on their own initiative, they tried to learn, and why they think that now if they do an MBA, it would really help them. So that is how 2 or 3 very very crux, very very strong bullet points on, even if your profile does not align, why you should take up that field of specialization. There was a question from somebody.
Yes,
Sir, is my voice-
Ankita.
Yes, Ankita.
Sorry, actually, I'm from food processing industry, agriculture related. So I was very confused. What will be a better option to choose? Plus, post graduation, I had been associated with 2 startups. So one was from bakery industry, and one was from dairy. So overall, over there, I had to look up on everything, like starting from the marketing and sales to the finance, and mainly operations. So what should be my
You were
specialization?
looking after a lot of things, and it depends on what you want to do post MBA. Say it is marketing, or sales which you want to do post MBA. Then I would really recommend to put marketing as your specialization 1. Take 2, and take 2 and take 4, and 4 ki explanation may give that while you're working in the startup, things were quite unorganized, or not very structured, and this is how you applied even without knowing certain concepts of marketing, and you were able to bring about certain changes. And of course you can just put in a line or 2 that how you think an MBA in marketing would help you structure, or probably improve, and therefore do better once you get into a job post MBA.
would sales and operations and supply chain management be relevant?
Are you an engineer?
No, BSc honors. It's a 4-year degree.
Okay. Mm, Then I would think that you should probably choose between marketing and finance because
Like I've done my trainings in FMCG companies like Amul, Coca-Cola,
Mhm.
FSSAI and all.
because very rarely people who are just graduates and not engineers finally make it into operation supply chain. BSc वाले आते हैं but then they have certain certain masters MSc या कुछ होता है उनके पास statistics या ऐसे field में and then
Okay.
they get into operations. Still अगर it is operations which interest you then specialization 1 या 2 में से एक डाल देना and try to justify वो fourth option tick करके.
Okay. Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
I saw their profile, finance profile. Most of the students either have CFA or CA. So what will be, what will be about others who don't have CFA and CA?
That is not true. See, I was just a fresher, एक बस BA.
Almost 90% of students had CA or CFA.
I don't think it will be 90%. A lot of them do CFA once they enter the college.
Yes.
Once they enter a campus, but while they're giving CAT, and generally it will never happen that SP Gen will take 90% CAs in their finance branch. They also want diversity. Maximum होगा तो 25% होगा.
Or
CFA.
also the others who didn't had CA or CFA, they were either from big companies or big four, EY
Yeah,
and Deloitte.
having
So
a good
what about freshers in this condition?
freshers make it. I was a fresher when I joined finance. मेरे batch में there were around 10 freshers in finance out of 60. So apply where you're interested in. Of course, having work experience helps. It not only helps in SP Gen, but it will help in all your leading B schools wherein if you have work experience, if you're a CA or a CFA, it always lends a lot of weight. But अगर नहीं है तो there is not which you can do right now. So अगर तुम्हें interest है and even if you're a fresher, go ahead, fill it. If they seem fit, they'll definitely call you because end of the day, they also want that at least 1/5 or 1/6 of their batch should be freshers. So within freshers, of course, if they like your profile, you will definitely get a call.
Thanks.
Sir,
if
is my
someone-
voice
Go ahead, Mridul.
Sir, my one question is like I did my engineering in chemical engineering from chemical engineering background, and I studied various subjects regarding plant design and costing and organization research and management, like various subjects regarding the organization learning has been there. So whether should I tick the first option, like graduation in related area?
For operation and supply chain, no?
Yes, sir.
I think. And did you work post your engineering?
Yes, sir. I am presently working in gas industry, gas processing industry, work as control room manager.
And I think 1 and 2 is the option which you go ahead and काफी strong chances are that you should get a call in operation and supply chain.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
Yes, PP.
Sir, actually, I'm working in a manufacturing company, so I actually come under operations domain. But the thing is, I'm a bit more interested in the marketing, and I did a digital marketing course, and I have actually worked in sponsorship domain in my college. So, which one would you prefer as 1 and 2? Because I am thinking it's marketing and operations. How would it work?
I would still put operation as 1 and marketing as 2 because working in sponsorship team or doing a digital marketing course is not a very strong reason, and a lot of people have done it. Most of them help in getting sponsorships while they organize college fest, and Google के courses सब कर ही लेते हैं. So take operations as 1, take marketing as 2. You will get a call in operations. जाके देखो college में, if you still feel that marketing is where you want to be, after end of year 1 you get a chance to change your specialization. Of course, it is subject to certain conditions. So that is when probably you can explore that option कि अगर फिर भी marketing में interest है तो year 2 में you can take marketing. But given your profile, I think if you put marketing as specialization 1, कम chances है that you will get a call. Operation में chances are more.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, hi, sir.
Yes, hi.
Yes, sir. So my question is, presently, the profile that I am working in is in basically regulatory affairs of a healthcare industry. And out of all these four specialization, though my interest is towards marketing and sales more, but I have no justification to support the current work that I'm taking in. So how should I take it forward and justify it that I want to enter into this and my work is in regulatory affairs?
Then you
So
have
how
to,
can I?
Sanchit, you have to choose between 3 and 4, and the reason has to come from you. If you have a special interest, or when you say that you're interested in marketing, then
Yeah.
there must be certain reasons why you are. So then the idea is that you take 4 and you back it
Mhm.
up by whatever reasons you have in the next question which is there.
Okay, and sir, like if I go for supply chain and operations as my second choice, will it be fine? Given the present work ex that I have, so operations can, because I'm from engineering background only.
And what
So
engineering have you done?
I am done my BTech in biotechnology.
I think
Yeah. So
operations should be good enough. डाल सकते हो तुम
yeah.
and उसमें
Oh,
either workex या ग्रेजुएशन में कहीं तो अप्लाई हो ही रहे होंगे ऑपरेशन से कॉन्सेप्ट, so that is वो रीजन डाल के you can go ahead with operation and supply chain.
okay, sir. Fine. Thank you.
No issue.
Hello, sir. So Vishal this side.
Hi Vishal.
So my question is, doing MBA, general MBA and a specialization MBA, will it make a difference as we go ahead in our career?
See, that depends on if you have certain clarity on what you want, right? Like what you want out of your MBA. See, if you are not very sure or relatively, you are unsure that post 2 years कहाँ जाना है, किस field में जाना है, then probably a general MBA from a good institute, an institute which has repute, which is as good as or better than SPGen, that would make more sense. But if there is certain clarity in your mind ki this is the field I want to be into, or this is where my profile has been and I wish to continue in the same, then it shouldn't make a lot of difference. You do not lose out a lot in terms of learning, because irrespective of specialization, the first year for all of you would be common. All of you would be taking up the same courses, classes will mixed only. It is only just one semester of second year where wherein you do in your specialization. And thirdly, now in top 5 or 10 B schools, and Shubham would concur here, what has happened is that it is consulting, IP, and profiles like this, which take up majority of the job offers, and these are specialization agnostic. So if you are if you get into consulting, if you get into general management, or if you get into leading FMCG companies, they will have profile, they will have requirement for everybody. Hindustan Unilever would need people from finance, marketing, sales, operations. So almost half, if not more than half of the jobs which come into an MBA college has over the last 3-4 years become quite sector agnostic. So इसीलिए इतना ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So the only reason wherein you might have certain doubt is if you're at a place where you're not very sure कि what do you want out of your MBA, then probably you can weigh in, but do weigh in only with colleges which have repute which is equal or better than SPGen. मतलब general MBA करने के चक्कर में ये नहीं है कि you take IIM Ranchi or you take an IIM Trichy or an SPGen, because that will never make a sense, because वो profiles कभी आएंगे ही नहीं उस colleges जो SP या SP के better colleges या same league के colleges में आएंगे.
Right.
Also, just to add, Vishal, I think most of the top IIMs, they don't even ask you for a specialization. For example, IIM ABC mein, you don't get to choose a specialization. You can just choose your electives, and your degree or your CV will not have a label of Vishal is specialized in so and so field. You just do your MBA, that's it.
Right, sir. Thanks.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Divya this side. So I have done BTech honors in civil engineering, and I have a work experience of a design consultant for metro projects. So I'm confused that apart from the fourth option, which one also I can choose in this 4 options?
For which specialization?
Like, pardon? Yeah, operations and supply chain management.
I think you can take all of them. If you are a civil engineer, you have graduation in related field, you have worked in a metro project, you have relevant work experience. So
Okay, but I was a design consultant, so I don't think so. It wasn't just like manufacturing sector would be more
Operation and supply
like
chain
close
is
to.
only about manufacturing. So again, whatever specialization you apply in, एक बार जाके एसपी के साइट पे भी देखो कि कौन कौन से पेपर्स ऑफर होते हैं उसमें, क्या क्या पढ़ाए जाते
Okay.
हैं, what does operation and supply chain largely entail. Operation and supply chain now has become largely about data analytics and all. So a
Yes.
lot of time you think that what you do is not within the gamut of operation and supply chain, which is not very true. So एक बार do some
So
research.
project management also counts in it also.
Project management is a very important part of operation and supply chain.
Yeah.
So therefore, before making up your mind कि operation में आता है कि IM में आता है, एक बार go to SPGen's website, go to other IM's website, वहाँ पे देखो what type of papers are taught. In general also do some research. अगर कोई पेपर है तो पेपर के बारे में रिसर्च करो कि उसमें क्या पढ़ाया जाता है. A lot of things you would find common which you think you can go ahead and take.
Okay, and also one more question. For specialization 2, I want to fill information management. So during my research, I was doing all the data processing in codes of MATLAB and R language. So can I mention that also?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Sudhanshu here.
Yes,
This side. Sir, I did my BTech from marine engineering and sailed for around 6 months in a main fleet vessel.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm largely interested into marketing and this operation and supply chain management. But you said that for operation and supply chain management, you have to have some really good work ex. But I only worked for like 6 months or 5 months.
See, again,
Did one contract with the ship.
I understand. See, Sudhanshu, again, that is something which you should leave upon the college. In general, the trend has been such that they prefer people who have a certain amount of work experience when it comes to field of operation and supply chain or information management. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो freshers या relatively freshers को नहीं लेंगे. So still, if you have interest, go ahead, fill it, and then leave it on them. Try to justify it. बस relevant work experience नहीं tick करना. Fourth भी tick करना, because if your work experience is on the towards the lesser side, then there should be other reasons which should compel them to still consider your profile. So that is the time when you take options 3 and 4 and really give a good justification on that why you should still be considered for this specialization.
Yes, sir. And I also want to go for marketing. So should I do it for specialization 1 marketing? But I don't have any work ex or any type of subsequent courses in it.
Your specialization 1 should always be where you think you have the most reasons to back it up. So specialization 1 में वही रखो जो सबसे ज़्यादा align कर रहा है profile से. That can really help you get a call, get into the school. उसके बाद भी 1 साल पढ़ने के बाद भी लग रहा है कि नहीं marketing में ज़्यादा interest है. Then you can always make a switch to marketing. Because subject to certain conditions, but it is not a free market that everybody can change specialization. So conditions होती है, minimum credits in those relevant papers. Once you're inside your company.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Vibhuti this side.
Hi, Vibhuti.
Sir, I did my engineering in electrical and currently I am working in SAP Analytics Cloud. So, sir, what should be the relevant specialization for me?
I think both information management and operations are relevant. मतलब उसमें भी depends कि within that what do you do in SAP. SAP से काफी लोग हमारे information management में आते हैं SPGen में. I think there were 4 or 5 in my batch, 3 in IM and 1 in marketing also from SAP. So I think IM is your go-to field, but उसमें भी depending on what work you have done, you can toggle between either operations or information management as your specialization 1 and 2.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, Bhuvnesh this side.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I have a BTech in computer science, and currently I'm working in a financial sector. So while taking the options, should I put relevant work experience both in information management and finance?
Yes, you can. Actually relevant work experience finance में तो applicable है ही, and IM में graduation भी applicable होगा तुम्हारे लिए.
Okay, sir. And in addition to relevant work experience, also I can put special interest in finance also.
Yes.
If you add to trading and so.
As in, yeah, you can.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to. I have just clarified like what things maybe I can do to strengthen my profile. Like I have done my engineering in civil, and then I was working in a trading firm for almost 21 months. So I recently, like, I left the job this year only in April, and since then I haven't really been working. But my main interest was again in finance as well. So, is there anything that I can do to strengthen my profile for that?
See, I don't think अभी उतना time है कि बहुत ज़्यादा कर सकते हो. Like there, if there would have been 4-5 months, I would have asked you to take up CFA or probably one or two good courses in finance. So given that you do not compromise on your preparation for CAT and other exams which are more important now, if you can always take up one or two these certification courses either in finance or financial analytics, which you can complete and put it on your form. But again, it should not come at the cost of what your main aim right now is.
Yes, I had sort of started preparing for CFA, but I chose to give the attempt like after the CAT. So I have some knowledge of the basic CFA subjects, but again, like any certification course which I could do maybe in like a month or two after the CAT.
You can actually, मतलब उसमें of course I am not very much in touch on what courses you should do, but there are a lot of courses which you can complete within a month, which are quite self-paced, which you can complete by the time you fill the form or probably by the time you get your call. But do ensure कि जो भी डाल रहे हो वो जब अगर call आता है तो तुम्हारा complete हो. You should have that certificate.
Yes, sure. So I was thinking like putting as the specialization one as only finance, because since I was a civil engineer and I worked only in a trading firm, the ops wouldn't really make much of a sense.
Put it as two and just take one, because always put two options. When अगर option मिल रहा है तो डाल के रखो.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
So I have the same doubt. So I have done my graduation in BBA Finance and I was preparing for CFA, but then I stopped because of CAT and other entrance exams. So should I mention in the form that I was preparing for it, or will I be opting for it again in future?
See, I'm assuming that your specialization is finance, which you plan to.
Yes, the finance, yes.
Why do you have to take special interest? You can always, your in finance. So put one and put three.
Okay, sir.
Hi, sir. I have done my graduation in civil engineering and currently working in IT firm. So, what would be my best bet for specialization to, operations, or I'm slightly inclined towards marketing. So, what would be the better option? However, the first one will be information management. So,
first is operations. First is what? Information management or operation management?
Information.
So yes, first information would make more sense. Marketing only, if in your work experience there is something, which relates to the field of marketing.
Yeah. No, nothing related to marketing. So that's what I'm thinking. Operations or marketing, which one should I choose?
You should put operations. That will increase your chances of getting a call.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, hello. Hi,
Yes.
sir.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'm basically an engineer with computer science background. And I'm working in an IT firm in Infosys for 2 years. So basically I have a keen interest in finance, but I'm confused in information management because I guess in finance I can't get a call.
See, definitely you should put IM as your first, because your profile aligns quite strongly to information management. So put it as one. Finance में interested 2 डालो, and then you have to take the fourth option or probably the third option and give a strong justification.
Yeah, and I invest regularly, so that's a reason to prove. But I think that it should be the second preference, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sir, just I wanted to follow up on my previous query that the work that I done, I was trading basically short-term interest rate futures. So in special interest in that area, should I mention that as well as part of the work X that I was doing?
You can. You can, yes.
So for me, I can maybe write relevant work experience and special interest and special.
For
Yeah.
For finance specialization.
Yes, yes.
हाँ कर सकते हो. But again, मतलब only if you're doing it then put, because in interviews they will of course dig in deep and they will come to know
Yeah,
that.
yes. So I was trading for 21 months in like the Euribor market, if you might know of it. So yeah.
Any more question, guys?
So if someone was doing trading instead of job after graduation, so will that be affect my interview? I mean, in a bad way or a good way?
Come again.
Sir, if someone was doing trading instead of job after graduation, so will affect me in my interview?
See, I don't know.
In a
Probably
good.
we should park this question एक बार जब interview calls आए then probably मतलब my only advice is to right now we should worry about things जो मतलब immediately it is impacting. There are there are ways you can show this in a good light also, and of course there are ways through which they can put it on put you on the back foot also, but that is something which really should bother you when that stage is there. So अभी से tension मत लो, अभी फॉर्म भरो सिंसियरली, कैट के लिए पढ़ो, एंड वंस when we do the GDPI prep काफी डिटेल में we'll take issues like this up on individual basis.
Thank you.
Sir, one thing more I want to ask.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to know for the profile-based call that they give, is it like upper threshold that they put every year that this much only they want to call for profile-based and rest will be considered through CAT scores? Is it like the differentiation they do it?
Of course, matlab, there is some differentiation. They cannot fill the entire batch through profile, or cannot fill the entire batch through score-based call. But exact ऐसे proportion क्या है, that is something which even I don't know. Generally, if you get a profile-based call, your chances of conversion are better than if you get a score-based call. But then again,
So yeah, so sir, is profile-based call affected once the CAT scores are out if that person is not up to meeting that eligibility cutoff of something?
Because even if you give interviews in January, before the score-based call, it is not that they have decided to select you. They will just give you marks, and then they'll give marks to people who subsequently give interviews, and then it depends on how you rank among your peers.
Okay, so final conversion will be after the scores only.
Yes.
Like we will get.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody will get call at the same time.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. This is Shantika.
Yes.
So basically, I'm a chemical engineer from the IIT Mesra, and I'm currently working in an IT firm. So obviously, my first choice has to be information management. What would be like the best second choice to fill in? Given that I have no experience in operations or supply or finance or any of the available options, but I am interested in operations and supply chain management.
Graduation in related area would be a good enough reason to put operations as your specialization too.
Okay, I mean, are you suggesting it as the first option or the second option?
The second option. Put IM as first.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Any more questions, guys? Okay, so we will move ahead. I think this was the crux of the form. देखते हैं अभी आगे क्या है. See, this is something which again we discuss in details. A lot of you ask given your personal profile also. So, like I said, your preference one is your primary choice of specialization. Maximum chances of getting a call is through your specialization one. Very, very rarely, there is a chance that you will get a call for your specialization two and not for one. It happens, but it's not quite very common. And of course, special area of interest if you are taking, then it should be backed up by strong reasons, and more substantial the reasons, the better are the chances. Interest should always there should be some justification, or there should be something in your profile or something which you have done prior to filling this form, which qualifies you to apply for that specialization, even though probably you do not have graduation or work experience in that field. Again, moving ahead, ये सब तो it is very straightforward. You put in your academic details, you put in your graduation details, results, graduation, post graduation, Work experience also, again, very straightforward. Again, please be very honest, because these are things which subsequently, if you try to, if somebody tries to not be very honest about it, it invariably does get affected. Achievement section mein again, uh, they have said that you can enter a maximum of 3, so ensure that you enter 3, एक या दो पे नहीं छोड़ना है आपको. And the level should be such that it should be in descending order of how good that academic achievement is. So if you're a gold medalist at a university, if you're all India ranker in some certain very prestigious exams, then definitely that should be your one. School class 10th class 12th school का कुछ है अगर ऐसा academic achievement, then that should only come if you're not able to fill 3, and then again it should come probably as the second or the third option. But do fill 3 generally, and the more current it is, the better it is. Like graduation or post, subsequently after graduation, academic achievements would have more importance compared to if there is some academic achievement which you gained while you were in school. But so that is how your order of importance should be. But do fill 3, do not leave it at 1 or 2. देखना कुछ ना कुछ करके 3 हो ही जाता है. Any questions here on this achievement bit?
Hi, sir. Can we mention the position of responsibility like we held in colleges? Like if someone is the cultural secretary of the college, can we mention that?
I think this is something which should come more here. Responsibility shouldered, या versatility में, but not in academic achievements.
Okay, sir.
School captain is not actually an academic achievement. Of course, there are parts in this form where you can always mention this.
Okay, sir.
Again, professional qualifications are those qualifications which you get from professional bodies like ICAI, if you're a CA, if you're a cost accountant, if you're a CFA. So, मतलब ये Coursera, yeah, these are not professional qualifications. Those are, special courses which you have done. So professional qualifications will only mention the ones which actually, qualify or come within the ambit of professional qualifications. And here to Zarur Dalna, it lends a lot of weight to your overall profile. And the qualifications which you do not have from professional bodies are the ones which, come in the subsequent question, which asks whether you have any important certifications or program. This is where, you might talk about that. Then here again, this is, this is one question I think which is very important for SP Gen. Once, even if you join the B school, you will see that, there are people who are from all walks of life. Somebody who's very good in theaters, somebody very good in music, dancing. So if you do have to put, this is a very important question. Don't, take it lightly. They really appreciate a lot if apart from academics or, good graduation or good work experience, there is more to you, which, so do take this question very seriously and, do fill it up. And of course, rating में ये last year नहीं था, शायद इस साल आया overall versatility rating. Please, do not be very what I am planning to, what I mean to say is that, be very modest when you rate yourself. Say if you're somebody, who plays guitar and, somebody who just does it in an amateur level, please, do not give yourself an extremely high rating or, very professional rating. Be humble about it. They will always appreciate, and, they will always, irrespective of how good or how decent you are in whatever special interest you have, rate yourself honestly, rate yourself humbly. Do not try to inflate vis-a-vis what actually there is. Then the next question is responsibility shoulder. Again, here the same thing applies what I mentioned, for academic qualifications. It should come in descending order. The responsibilities which you have shouldered more recently should ideally come first. If you're a team lead in your graduation, in your job, or in college, if you are some secretary, cultural secretary, or you're an event head, sponsorship head, that should come ahead of probably what things or what responsibilities you shouldered when you were, say, in school. So again, responsibility shouldered may do put in again a very important point, and try to arrange it in the order such that it represents the seriousness and the how recently that event has transpired.
Sir, can we put something fake in this and then we can prepare accordingly?
I would really suggest not to, because you can always get questions in the interview, and if you have actually not done it, and because they interview so many students, and they have been interviewing so many students very easily, these panelists, they come to know whether it has actually happened or not. And again, SP Jain in general, even if you speak to people who are our alums, or somebody who are in this field, SP Jain is something wherein these things are taken very seriously. So my strong recommendation, suggestion to all of you would be not put in something which you have not done. It can really hamper your candidature. Any more questions here?
Sir, regarding versatility and responsibility, regarding versatility, I wanted to ask, like, any sports we used to play and now I'm not following it, would that be advisable to add?
You can see, you can, because if you used to play, you can definitely put, and if you're not following it, to do, be abreast about it, कि अभी क्या चल रहा है sport में, what is happening, what are the latest happenings or the latest updates in that field, but you can definitely follow.
Okay, and regarding responsibility, should it be backed up by this thing, certificates? Like for some responsibilities, I have certificates, but for some I don't have. So
Ideally, yes, because this form A will fill into your form B, which you have to fill once you get the call, and everything which you mention in form B, apart from contextual questions which get asked, has to be backed up by documents or certificates, which gets verified before your interview.
So, like, जिसका certificate says that it's only advisable to fill.
Yes, and otherwise, अगर certificate नहीं है, but you can get it on an official email ID or an official letterhead. Say a lot of schools do not give certificate if you were the school captain or the house captain, but if your school can now give it in writing that this year you were the house captain, so that is a good enough verification method.
So, but in responsibilities like team lead of a organization or something, it's not relevant for any certificate you'll get.
No. So see what you mentioned, as in what you mentioned, that what you do in your job in form B, and subsequently even when you join a B school, be it any B school, in your CV, whatever you put as what you did in your job, all of it has to be verified. And the way to verify it is that you get it from your company, or you get it from your manager or whatever, somebody in your team, through an official email ID that you were part of this organization and these were the responsibilities or the work or the impact you created, A, B, C, D, E. ऐसा लेके रखो, because अभी से ज़्यादा जब MBA कॉलेज ज्वाइन करोगे तो वहाँ पे तो anything which cannot be verified will never be allowed to put on a CV. Every letter in your CV has to be verified and validated before you can put it to recruiters who come to these schools.
Okay.
Sir, here's one question. Whatever accolades or maybe recognition you get in your in the company that you're working, we have certain certificates, like you're this star of the month or something like that. So where does these kind of certificates or accolades, in which part of the form does it go into?
See, इस फॉर्म में उसके लिए उतना प्लेस नहीं है. Probably responsibility shouldered में you can put, because you'll get some accolade or some appreciation for some work or some initiative you took. But in form B, of course, there is a lot of space for such type of initiatives or appreciation which you receive in your college or in your job.
Right. Thank you.
Sir, where we will put our internship details?
Internship is not work experience, so work experience में internship कभी नहीं डाल सकते हो.
So I mean here, versatility or an achievement.
वर्सटैलिटी में भी नहीं, प्रॉब्ली मोस्टली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शोल्डर्ड में ही है, या अगर ऐसा कुछ अप्रिसिएशन है इंटर्नशिप के टाइम, देन प्रॉब्ली आई थिंक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शोल्डर्ड इज द go to place for internships.
Okay.
So in the versatility section, like I might not be a pro level, I might not have a pro level interest in something, but I was lucky enough to like win a certain competition, maybe in music or in dance, something that sort. So can I mention it?
Oh, so you can put it if you have.
In responsibilities, there are two parts, right? Personal and professional.
Yes.
So regarding personal,
see again, personal is someplace where they would really not need documentary proof or something. Personal, even if you took charge of a friend's trip or a family trip to some place where you handled or shouldered the entire responsibility, is a good enough answer. Personal, you wouldn't need validation or some proof, but professional responsibility may abhi nahi, but definitely when you go ahead with your interviews and when you go ahead with your job, definitely you would need validation. So guys, I think this is to the most of your form जो major areas है, बाकी relatively straightforward है. So again, we'll take a 5 minutes more for whatever questions throughout the form, if any you have, you can ask for clarifications. Subsequently also, you can always reach out to me for help when you start filling the form. But at this juncture, if there are any questions, do go ahead and ask me.
Sir, we can put both CAT and GMAT score, no?
Yes, you can put both.
So what will be their preference? I mean,
that they will decide. They will look at both of your scores and that they will decide. Any more questions, guys?
Sir.
Hello.
Sudhanshu.
Hello.
Sudhanshu, go ahead.
Sir, during my college time, I have done some certification in this security training and advanced firefighting courses and firefighting courses and first aid. All that.
Extra certification, important certificate.
Okay, so here I should put it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I was planning to do some NISM certificate course in December. So can you put before in November only in this form?
Ideally नहीं करना चाहिए, but अगर कर रहे हो तो at least ensure कि course complete किया हो, and बस course डालने के लिए मत डालना. If you put it, they will ask what you studied, what you learned, and अगर professor उसी field का है तो काफी अंदर घुस के भी पूछेगा.
Okay.
It is a two-edged sword. Always, putting more is not always good. In fact, sometimes, mentioning less is better, because then you can focus your preparation around limited things you have done up for.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hi. Actually, I'm basically a mechanical engineer. After graduation, I worked in an automobile industry in sales. So I'm a bit skeptical regarding applying to SPJN because I have only 76% in graduation. So what would be your opinion? I mean, both 10th and 12th would be greater than 90, but graduation is only 76. So since it's emphasizing more on profile, so I'm a bit skeptical regarding applying.
See, of course, graduation scores are important, but that doesn't mean that you would not apply to these schools. अपने side से जो करना है वो कर दो, बाकी leave it to them. And that this applies not only to SPJ, your graduation score is important to other B schools also. So you fill the form, let them decide. No? If you get a call, good. Then of course, given your profile, which I think is quite good, you can always, justify your relatively not so good graduation score.
Sir, I passed out in 2020 and my job started in 2021 February. So will that be counted as gap or not?
I think
Like
COVID,
the
see, anyway, officially they're asking for gaps before graduation, and I think given the pandemic times where jobs and everything was delayed, shouldn't be much of a bother.
okay, sir.
Sanchit is asking, is profile-based call affected by score later, like they can revoke? Yes, if you do not score the minimum cutoff and profile-based call hai and conversion hai, तो your offer would be not applicable. Fourth question was answered. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, guys. I think we are more than an hour now. It was good interacting with you. I think this session was helpful. Shivam, are you around?
Yeah, Karan. Yeah.
So, Shom, this is all from my side. Would you like to close the session?
Yeah, sure. So guys, I think that's all even from our side. Profile, filling the form will be a very important and the first step towards embarking your MBA journey. So make sure you fill the form very correctly, and at any junction, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to Karan directly. Okay, and rest. We'll see you during the GDPI process for further rounds of preparation. And yeah, all the best for CAT. I think we are just 35 days more to go. So make sure that you make the most of it. And yeah, that's about it from my side as well.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys, for joining. All the best for CAT.
Thank you, Karan, sir.
Energy in preparation and do
Thank
well.
you, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.